Alright, so hi guys, and today I guess I may as well just show you guys how I edit gacha characters because I have a friend who really liked my thing. So, and this is what I'm doing for Patty's birthday, and I'm gonna be kind and help you guys if you guys wanted to know a little bit more about me and how I edit. So I decided this would be my thing. So yeah, as you can see, I have put in a picture of Patty in her birthday outfit and Lynn in her outfit that she chose for the day. This is for Patty's birthday, as I said. So, I mean, this is probably one of my favorite pictures of actually having them together. A little bit backstory on Patty and Lynn. They used to date a long time before any of this happened, and then they ended up getting into a huge disagreement, and then, they ended up just, turning out to, they got into a huge argument. They never really wanted to spend time with each other ever again. If you hear any noises in the background, that's either my dog or my parents and me talking. I'm sorry. Yeah. Mind you, this is the first time I'm ever, recording like this, in which I hope it's recording. Yep, it's recording. Don't mind my, things. So, yeah. I decided just to have this outfit and things like that. But ever since they got together along with everybody else, they actually made up, and now they're really close friends and things like that. So yeah. And then if you guys really want, well, I think I will, but because I really like editing eyes, I'm actually having an eyes blue, a Titanic thing, and I'm only finished with all the way up to eyes green on. I've done all the editing of the eyes, but for the storyline, yeah, in which I think a part of that, there's actually going to be a part 2 where it's just basically me just extending out everything that happened because I only have a short amount of time in between each of the eye colors. So yeah. So this is the background. That's the picture I'm going to be editing. Turned it to the background instead of plain white because if you have that and you're trying to pick colors like this, it's not going to come out as the color that it's supposed to be. So that's why I do this. So then, because that's the current color, now it's the actual color. Just explaining that, just in case if you guys didn't know that. So what I do, especially if I'm editing more than, one person, especially if I'm editing a whole big group, then I create folders. And I think I'll start with Patty since it's her birthday and things like that. I name the layers sometimes, but other times I get pretty lazy, so I decide not to. I just go to black. I turn on the stabilizer, but you don't have to. I mean, I also did that for all of the Danganronpa characters that are actually going to be coming out soon. Probably sometime in March, though, because I've got a long line of videos that are already planned. If you guys didn't know, I've already got how Rima and Lynn met in the actual side world and things like that. So what I'm doing is I'm just tracing Patty's hair in black because I just like tracing it in black so then later I can, trace it with so then I can do something else with the hair. I mean, you can do separate layers, especially if it, doesn't exactly blend all in the same way. I literally just now realized that her freckles are on top of her hair. it's fine. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna edit those in, so yeah. I'm just gonna be silent sometimes because I just want to focus on this sometimes. This is probably the most dreadful part is probably the back, like that section where you have to do like a long line, especially over here, because I'm not gonna get that done in one streak, and that's gonna bother me. The fact that it's not all gonna connect, and yeah, okay, that actually worked. I guess I may as well quickly show you, because don't mind me and my other Danganronpa stuff, because I mean, Byakuya and Makoto were kind of like my favorite ship right now, and it's January the 2nd at just past noon, so I mean, yeah, we got Danganronpa 1, we have our intro card, that's Rima, Janice, Victoria, Patty, Regina, and then that's pretty much it. That's all I've got for now. I kind of wish I could, if I actually had the, skills and things like that, I would make a full-on Danganronpa fan game, and I would do, like, sprites and stuff, and that, but right now I'm just a bit lazy, and I honestly don't think I could ever make anything that would be as amazing as Danganronpa, so yeah. Still just tracing hair, tracing hair. So, I mean, doesn't even look like the cape has up an outline. Oopsies. Anyway. Okay. Anyways. So, I mean, there's Patty's hair. Normally I do that, and then I will go to the other character and I will do their hair, just so then I can have all the tracing done around the same time. Just realized Lynn's eyes are going to be a pain in the butt to color in, but whenever I do full body ones, I don't do major detail upon the eyes. So, I mean, yay. There's that. Lynn's gonna have a bit more tracing to do than Patty, I think. But that's fine. I mean, Lynn's kind of my favorite character. I don't know why. Logan's always kind of been, one that's always jumped out at me as probably my favorite, other than, oh my god, that's perfect. Sorry, that's perfect. Other than Remus, and Remus is just pretty much a big baby, so, I mean, all the children there are babies, so, I mean, hopefully I can do a little bit more on people's past, but, I mean, if you guys have seen The Candle Queen, you guys have seen, if you guys have watched that meme, then you guys know a little bit more about Lynn's past. You guys will know a little bit more about her past with Queen, which is Romelia. And I actually only created her not only just for that. I was really hoping to have a little bit more with her, but I'm not sure if I want to explain everything with Romelia and Lynn. Lynn's always had a messy love life. She always thinks that she loves someone, and then they end up, not being the person that she loves. I mean, that's also gained her, like, trust issues and things like that. So, next I'm doing Patty's clothes. I may as well just duplicate that and just put it into Lynn's thing. Alright, so whenever I do clothes, especially since I have a cloak to do, I will have that on a separate layer along with her hat, I think. So, yeah, I've got no music playing, and that's kind of sad, but, I mean, because normally this feels faster than this, but, you know. Are they talking politics? So, I guess as well as me doing this, I think I'll give you guys a little bit more background on each of the characters, I guess. Which their picture will be popping up on the corner of the screen while I'm doing this. Pretty much, every character's got a kind of messy backstory, except for, I'm gonna say that Janice probably has, like, probably the chillest backstory. But, you know, her being a person of color and having lesbian moms, you know, things can't always be easy, you know. But this is not about Janice right now. I will actually be, for finer details, maybe smalling up the brush. Ew. Anyways. So, as I was saying, you know, I guess I may as well start with, Patty. So, my thing is that they lived in a city that's neighboring to a lot of other cities. Their city is probably closest to the King and Queen's Palace, where the Imagination Palace, where Emile actually grew up. So, I mean, yeah. And that reminds me, I need to still bring all of the characters on my other phone onto this one, because I got a new phone. My other one was all cracked and dented and things like that. I feel horrible. I've had a kind of scratchy throat all morning, so, I mean, I know my voice sucks normally, but, you know, hopefully that it's better. I mean, yeah. So, anyways, I kind of hope that you guys really don't mind. Anyways, so back to Patty. Okay, so they grew up in a odd household. Their dad was an alcoholic and also was constantly in and out of jail. Their mom was also an alcoholic, only to get past, you know, everything else. Don't solve your problems with, you know, drugs or alcohol. Just saying, because you could end up hurting yourself more than helping yourself. Anyways, I should not make this all about, you know, political stuff. Anyways, where should I start? Okay. This is the first time in a while I'm actually going to be editing this hat. When Patty and Patton were 10, their dad broke out of jail, came to their house. Their parents did the uh-ohs. They ended up getting a little sister out of it, but CPS only took their little sister out of their parents' care. Didn't take them for who knows why. But that was like the start of them actually just saying, we're gonna do whatever it takes to being better parents than our parents ever were. So, I mean, that's kind of how I've taken, Patty and Pattons kind of parental role that they've always kind of played around the other sides. Kind of the reason why Patty was so overprotective. Anyways. So now I'm going to Lynn here, who has a lot of layers, but she didn't wear any tights. Probably because the tights I had on her were like the things I hate editing, because they were like the little star tights, those, and the ripped jeans are my least favorite to edit, just because they take forever for me, and things like that, and it's kind of annoying. So, yeah. Do you guys want to know a little bit more about why I don't edit those as much? Anyways, so that wasn't the point. When they made it into side school, they got in for their baking talents and also their childcare talents, because they went and volunteered at daycares and orphanages and things like that, just to keep the kids happy and things like that. I lose my train of thought easily. So yeah, I mean, they've always kind of been, caring and things like that. And they only really ever had each other to actually really worry about. And their little sister came around. They said, okay, we are going to protect her. And then their little sister got taken away, but they weren't allowed to go with her. And are you kidding me? Kind of thing. So yeah. Which, whenever I'm talking about these sides and their past life before they turned into sides, some of these things are things that could possibly happen, or have happened, or could happen, as I said, and things like that. So, I mean, I really have no first-hand experience with any of these kinds of, parents. I have amazing parents, and I hope you guys do too, but other than if you don't, then hopefully this journal is a safe place for you. Because I really tried to make it a safe place. So, yeah. And it's not exactly the point. Again. So, next, what else should I go over? That's kind of Patty and Pattons past and things like that. They never met any of the others until they made it into side school. But automatically they became really good friends with Roman and Regina and things like that. So, yeah, I hope that, over time, finally, they became friends with Victoria and Virgil because they were also in their acting class because they took acting lessons because they really wanted to. They're like, I'm going to do like a little bit of everything kind of thing. So, yeah. They're kind of like overachievers, but like they don't want to be kind of thing. I know, it's kind of confusing, but the only one that was never really in acting class, or the only ones that weren't in acting class, were Lynn and Logan. So, but whenever they got older, well, when they met everybody, they were like, okay, but I really don't understand, but they would help the others with their lines and things like that because they were really good at remembering things. And one time they kind of had to step in and makeshift people in the play because the other people got kicked out of school. Oops. And since they had helped everybody else with their lines, they were able to do the lines perfectly because they played those characters. I'll lay down for a second. Back issues. Just kidding. I'm too young to have back issues. So that's kind of Patty and Patton. I don't exactly know what else to say about them, except for like they were really good kids. And they would stick up for each other or anybody else. They were always kind of used for their good nature and things like that, so they were pretty gullible, until, Victoria was like, stop saying, okay, yeah, I'll help to every little person that passes, okay, because they almost got kidnapped once, and then, like, Virgil and Victoria just like, I told ya, and they said, I'm sorry, and then they stopped, kind of. They were still really kind, though. That's a little bit more about her. So next, I think I'll focus on Lynn, because I now gotta work on her. More like kind of. It's a coat. Okay. You guys may be wondering, since I've had a kind of close up, why is the outline to Lynn's mouth blue? She permanently has like a little bit of like cold. Like it looks like she was kind of suffocated. part of her death. So, I mean, and also her lips are always bruised because of her death. So, yeah. So I may as well start when she was a kid. When her and Logan were little kids, they had an older sibling. Mind you, I did not say older brother, sister, older sibling. Their parents were accepting at this time. Let's keep that in mind. Right. So, yeah. I'm gonna do the eyes. They had an older sibling when they were 8. Their older sibling was killed because they were accepted into the high school the age of 10, in which you normally get accepted in the age of 14. But they ended up getting to be one of the youngest. So they went to a special area, but somebody else was just really jealous, killed them. Lynn lost one of her arms in that because she had gotten a bullet lodged right into artery. It was surprising that she actually did not bleed out, but the arm was no longer able to be used anymore. So she got a robotic arm, and it was her brother's idea. So she's always kind of in Logan's death. But in her thing, I know I don't put the robotic arm, and I don't know why I've never really put it in there. I think maybe because I'm kind of lazy and can't really do that, but that's where, robotic Lynn gets her kind of, robotic powers and things like that. That's how she kind of has her robotic side. Even the sides have different sides of themselves, so, I mean, it's not like I'm gonna, dismantle her or anything, but, one thing that Logan actually said once upon a time, so, I'm not gonna dismantle her or anything, and talking about his sister, because his sister, he's always been kind of jealous, but then again, they both get into arguments all the time, saying, you was a child, and then the other one will say, no, it was you. Neither of them were really liked, but their parents did have a preference. So yeah, so I'm gonna do eyes, duplicate that, move it there, actually there, anyways. I turned on force fade in order to do eyes. Pretty much all this is right now is I'm just checking to make sure what time it is. Make sure I haven't. This is going to be a long video, and I already know it, so I probably shouldn't, constantly check time, but that's what I do. So I mean. I'm super excited to, you know, have these things done sometimes. So yeah, the eyelashes, mind you, they're the eyelashes and things like that, so, yeah, cute. Why do I just want to do that? She looks so cute. Yeah, I know I shouldn't do that. Okay, anyways. This is the one thing I hate about stabilizer. Whenever I go to shade and color and things with it on. And then I gotta wait until later to actually see that it actually worked. The color in. Because I just color it all in so then I'll fill it in later. And then I do the this line of the eye. It's great when I was doing larger eyes. Now I gotta turn that off. Okay. Okay, that's better. So now what I do is I do the eye pupil. I mean, you could do this all on one layer, but it's just much easier for me to do it on different layers. Okay. Which is, like, you know, one of the hardest things to, you know, do for Lynn, but one of the hardest eyes. But it fit her, so, and I really liked them. They were just beautiful. Can you just color in? Thank you. I see you. Okay. So, since I pretty much yell at this thing, I'll also be showing you kind of into sticker, kind of like, I mean, I've kind of all of my techniques from a lot of others and things like that, but I mean, you can't always have a completely unique style, can you? I hope you guys are liking the fact that I'm doing this. I mean, this is Patty's birthday thing, so. So when I first made Lynn, I always thought she was blue lipstick, but now I'm just kind of like, use blue lipstick with her, like, you know, really feel something. Anyways, not judging, but it's too bold for her, she says, so. I'm just gonna rename these outline because I did not do that, and I just had these. But now I can do boom, and it's Patty color. So this is really when I, you know, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to duplicate the folder, actually. And I'm just going to keep them in the same order. Okay. These are, you know, things you a little bit more tough. So actually here, I'm going to have their basic things around. I don't have myself in here. Anyways. Let's do this. We'll do hair first, I guess. So what I do is I actually collect this. I actually go in with the magic wand tool. And it's basically like a pocket, but, you know, it's just easier, I guess, for now, so that I know the basic things I'm going to grab. But, you know, can't always do that basic. I just want to make sure I'm grabbing everything. Okay, so this is actually section 2, and that's a section, and that's a section. Right. So what I do now, after I got that, I actually go through with the bucket, and I just double tap, or in order to make sure I, you know, grab the majority of it. After I do that, you know, don't mind my brother if you guys can hear him. Okay, I don't know what he tried, but okay. I mean, you know, he's pretty young, so. That's not sugary. What would that be? I mean, okay, well, not me just kind of reacting to my parents and whatever they're saying. So, that's not supposed to be colored in. If I accidentally color in something, I just grab an eraser, grab the majority of it, like that, and I'll just color it back in. And then just color it in if it needs to be, you know, colored in. To get like little spots that may be hard to see, but are part of the hair. I actually grabbed the outline too, as well, within the hair, just so that I know I'm not missing a single part of the hair. So I guess that's the Lynn's childhood, I guess. Yeah. So, Lynn. Now I know what my dad's reacting to. Okay. Anyways. Well, I guess I don't have enough time to do that. So I will turn back on this. Grab the color of her hair. Oh, it's more so yellow rather than blonde, but then again, I kind of like the yellow with her hair as her hair color. It's 105. So, really fast. After I finish this section. So, after I do the thing with the basic, I just grab an airbrush. I just grab the, I just do a little bit of, you know, that's how I do the fade, at least. But I don't think it looks good this time. Okay. So I'm just gonna... Sometimes I redo it multiple times. Other times I will just give it on one try. After I do like that, I blend it a bit more. Just because, I'm weird and that's what I do. But I just want to make sure, a good even texture. That sounds so weird. Anyways. So after that, I just kind of, erase that. I'm like, she be looking good. So yeah. So after Patty, we turn that off and we're going to Lynn. So about Lynn's past. Lynn kind of has a triggering past, so can't really talk much about it. She was used by her family. She has a really good singing voice, which her family used just to get more famous and things like that. So, and not only that, to get more money, and they, only gave her 5% of the, thousands of dollars she would earn. So, that's more than I'll probably ever get in my life, than ever. And I'm like, well, yeah, but let's just keep in mind she kind of has a rich family. But, and it's not exactly her fault that her family kind of uses her. Her uncle was never a good guy, so, yeah, ooh, that finally updated. Wait, has that been updating? Well, I've not been around. Don't exactly remember. Anyways, don't mind my webtoon ones. Yeah, I'm in the creepypasta fandom, but I'm not into it as much as I am to, other things. So again, I put hair, and since I have her hair grabbed off, I don't need to go grab it off of the actual base picture. I'll just color it in. Whenever I'm coloring in like this, I just go ahead, cover the whole character, for the whole image, and but since this actually has the fade color, and fade color is kind of hard to get sometimes. Perfect to grab where it starts and where it ends, kind of thing. Yeah. So, yeah. With this I have to do the highlight. I was gonna be made fun of in school. I know it. Anyways, so yeah, things always change. So back to what I was saying about, Lynn. Lynn has a, tragic backstory. Okay, maybe it's not tragic, but, it's kind of harmful, so I want people to actually watch that, so, yeah, her family are not nice people, though. Here, I just need the clothes, and kind of like what I did here, I grabbed, but I only grab things of, like, a certain color, or things that are close in the same color. Okay, don't mind me just being an idiot. So anyways, I mean, this is why you shouldn't grab things while your base thing is on. It's just a pain in the butt to collect. I mean, you're probably like, yeah. Anyways, probably none of your guys' business. I just realized I grabbed that in the wrong spot, I think. Yeah, I did. This is what happens when you're dumb and you're not paying attention to what you're doing. And, I don't have the thing actually, showing up all the time, so yay. Yeah. Lynn's just got a tragic backstory. We, can't go over completely. But, it's abusive. But, I mean, once, because I think next week, as in when I'm posting this video, how they met and like that. So and which I originally just planned for them to meet at school, but I was like, you know what? I really like the song, and I could easily use it for Lynn and Rima, and so I just added that to their story. And so it's, thing just for the storyline. It's basically water fountain and Must Have Been the Wind by Alex Benjamin, and Rima is telling the story to Twilight, Phoenix, and Ash of how they met. Like that. So, I know the kids kind of came out of nowhere. Kids react to the movies. When I was earlier, at the beginning of my kind of thing, but I was really excited to introduce them, so I was like, you know what, 7. But, hopefully I don't suddenly just do more, but I do have more kids that are going to be introduced later in the series of them knowing each other, so yeah. Patty and her light blues. Alright. I'm laying down in bed while I'm doing this, so Don't mind me. Your odd sounds, that sounds wrong. But anyways, not meaning for that to sound wrong. Yeah, if you guys, like, you know, don't mind me and my dirty mind. I mean, if you guys, like, I can really make my own sides, and mind you, since the girls are not my sides, they are actually Teresa's sides. I'm thinking I might actually do it. As of right now, I really don't know. So, yeah. Okay. Anyways, while my dad laughs about odd things, I hope it feels good outside today, because yesterday it felt amazing. I mean, happy late New Year's. Anyways. Literally just now realized that. Now I'm really upset. Okay. I knew it wasn't exactly white. But I think these are actually white. Let me double check this. Yeah, it's so much more blue. I think the leggings are actually white though. And the shoes are a darker color. Okay. Me just being very careful so I don't want to color right against the edges. That's what happens whenever you have colors that are really close to each other, but if you have them right next to each other, you can clearly tell they're not the same color. Yep. So mean. Come on. Anyways, so yeah, I mean that's Lynn. But, you know, there's millions of other things about Lynn. So next I may as well just do Grima. Rima and Remus were set up for adoption after the quadruplets split from King and Queen, or Romelius or Romulus, whatever you guys say it's pronounced, I don't know. Anyways, I do believe in that, you know, story where they were originally split, but I think that was made canon in Sander's side, so I don't exactly remember right now off the top of my head. I'm sorry. And again, I think here's the. Yes, I knew it. The ear puffs are not. Alright, I'm going to turn off the stabilizer real quick, just because, but I do like it on most of the time, but whenever you're coloring in things like this, yeah, no. I remember when I started and all I would do was, color in things by bucket. And then, like, whenever I watched this one girl, like, drawing, I don't remember who it was, but, like, she had her line art on a separate thing, and then, like, the color on another thing, so she used, like, a giant paintbrush and, like, colored underneath the thing, and then I was like, I want to do that, and I was like, okay, I'm doing it, and then I'm just kind of toppled over on itself. And that's why I have this kind of thing. But I mean, it's so fun to do because it's like so satisfying. At the same time, it's like, did I really need to do that? So, I mean, I'll take it, It's not like I'm absolutely hating my own art style, but, that's what I do whenever I'm self-conscious. Hehehe. Alright. Well, my eyesight just got blurry. I'm sorry. Anyways, this is not a normal color for her, so I had to pick it from the drawing. Anyways, so much. So there's that. There's all that green. Look at all that green. Look at all those chickens. I don't know why. Okay. Dog, you're breathing loud again. You good? You good, fam? My dog just... How dare you call me out? Rima's childhood again. Yeah. They grew up, her and Rima's both grew up in an adopted family. And Rima was pretty chill with it. I mean, she liked her stepmom, but sometimes she was an absolute jerk. So, I mean, she was kind of like, look at that jerk face kind of go. And then, all of a sudden, she liked spending time with her. In which I know in, like, your colors, I actually made her, like, a pain in the butt. But, well, honestly, she was doing that because she doesn't really like whenever... She was already in a bad mood. She had gone a few days without any fixins. But I mean, Rima actually has a child that she has in a later, because later I'm going to, start a series where it's just them in the Mind Palace and their family time and things like that. And she actually named her kid. I mean, I don't even know what I was saying anymore. But, you know, things happen. I am such a bad person for losing my train of thought. Especially whenever I'm doing a voiceover like this. So, yeah, I mean, it's my fault. I'm rambling. Yeah, I mean, she actually names her child after her, and they call her their stepmom, which they know they shouldn't because she's the person who raised them, but, you know, and Rima actually does not count her actual biological parents as her parents because they're pains in the butts, and that's why in Death's video she actually ended up there. And yeah, so I mean, and that's when the kingdom lost both the king and queen, the prince and the duke, and then also the duchess, and then also the princess, all pretty much within a month of each other. So, I mean, yeah, it just kind of happens, you know. Sounds horrible. I know. That's the whole point of it sounding horrible. Anyways. That matches exactly like her hair. Oh my gosh. Anyways. Alright, time to do all the gray on her, because she is a gray side. Alright. I'll just tap it all, and I'll go back through and fix it all up. So, I mean, yeah. There are kids who get separated from, you know, everybody else, from the foster care system and things like that. I mainly got their story kind of from, what was that one? Oh my god, it's my favorite movie on Netflix. It's the kids with, like, the red yarn hair, and they're supposed to have, like, the great mustaches of the world and things like that. Even the women had mustaches. I don't know. Anyways, I kind of got there, you know, especially where they all got, like, separated and things like that. That's mainly where I got that idea, so, yeah. I know the button and thing, different colors. Okay, wait, I'm gonna fix it. Just a second. Yeah, this is just how I mainly do my thing, so, yeah, I mean, you know, I still got a few things to do before I can move on to shading, but, I mean, it shouldn't take much longer. Glasses, oh my god. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. That and the eyes, those are the things that take the most time, honestly, for me. Anyways. I keep on making the same mistake that I tell you guys not to make. Shoot, her cloak. Wow, let's just start. Anyways. So, I mean, yeah, you know, I love Remo. Remo's probably one of my favorites. I said that about all of my characters, except, I mean, if I had to choose one that I probably like the least out of all the sides, it's probably Patton. I don't know why. I have a grudge. I just have a grudge. I mean, he kind of did hurt, you know, Logan, and which was, like, one of my favorite sides, you know. He says, Roman, you shouldn't press people's buttons, and then he literally goes up and says, you know, then he just goes ahead and, you know, presses skip all on Logan. Excuse me. I'm probably gonna have the girls at one point just, like, react to bits and pieces of, that video, just because I want to see how I would make, you know, like, Lynn react to it. Why the heck are you colored in? I don't remember coloring you in, but okay. Anyways. Shoot, I gotta turn on the thing. Okay. So, this is where this relay is gonna get hard. Oh, great. I think that's the same color as her skin outline. Uh-oh. Well, anyways. Not the point, right? Not the point. It fades down into this color. No. We were supposed to grab... Okay. My brother's playing Roblox, probably. Like normal. I don't know why he likes playing Roblox. Honestly, then again, I kind of have a grudge against it as well. I have a grudge against a lot of things, actually. That's all I mean. Anyways, so it's kind of me though, and this is why I don't play Roblox that much anymore. I used to play it so much, but now it's just kind of like, bleh. I think that was actually supposed to be a piece of the hair. It was. Just like that, it just kind of already looks kind of shaded. Okay, well, anyways, not my fault. Okay, finally we just do the skin, and why did I do that? Okay. Okay then. Sin. Oh my god. Do. Okay, yeah. I'm like, wait, why does she have so many fewer layers? And I'm like, no, she doesn't. No, not the line outline. Okay. Good. Okay. We good now. We good. I think I'm just gonna do like the two skin things together just because I'm getting a bit lazy. I mean, you can do that from the start. I don't care. Honestly, I mean, I'm just doing this just to show you guys how I edit and things like that, but this isn't my very intricate edit that my friend really liked, but that you see at the end of each of my videos every single day, you know, that I post a video. Which I'm still keeping that the same, just so you know. Still keeping that the same. I know I've missed Lynn's birthday, aka also Logan's birthday, and I know I also missed Emile's birthday. So missed Virgil's birthday, but I mean, that's my fault. I'm sorry. I did not mean to miss their birthdays. Just, I have a lot of my videos planned, like, months in advance. Compared to this one, actually. This one, it's actually, like, a last minute. Oh, I'm gonna do this because I've been watching a lot of these lately, just so then I could figure out how to tween and stuff, and I figured out I think I'm gonna leave that for a little bit. I'm just not gonna worry about that for a little bit. No, they have blue skin. That's nice. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to buff that on her. Alright, now she's good there for now. And now it's time for Lynn to do her skincare routine. I don't know. I'm not very funny. And I know that. I feel so bad today, okay. Me stretching again. So if you guys are actually watching this, can you guys comment down below and tell me how your 2021's been so far? Because I mean, mine's been okay. I mean, it's only the second day. I was supposed to go to the park yesterday with somebody, but our parents said, no. And I said, okay. I'll take that. Just one day we may as well just sneak out. And of course, I'm joking about that. Unless, anyways. No, I don't need to take a break. Anyways. Oh. I mean, I know I probably should just erase those, but, you know, honestly, I'm a little lazy, so. And honestly, I could care less about, you know, especially if I'm doing art edits like this. I don't actually care that much about the way the eyes look, actually. It's more so the rest of it, which I know every little point counts. I don't know. I'm a little too lazy. What I'm gonna do here is where's your eye edit? There's both of them. Yeah, that's the last thing I want right now. Anyway, this is gonna get covered up by skin color and eye colors. What are they watching now? Sounds like they're watching Ridiculousness. Oh my god, I love that show, bro. It's so much fun. It's funny. And I rarely ever watch adult shows because mainly what I watch is paranormal shows because, yeah. I just think it's funny sometimes, but other times I'm like, is it true? Is it true? Is it true? Because, you know, I've had a run-in with a ghost or something. I don't know what it was. I mean, and my friend's house, I get a lot of vibes from there, and I don't like it sometimes, so. And I mean, I get it. You guys may not, you know, all agree with me about the, ghost situation, but, I love learning about ghosts. I don't know, I think it's always been interesting. A little bit more about, you know, things that, you know, people may as well witness because, you know, I've witnessed a lot of things. I don't even think I picked that. The actual photo. Anyways, I think I'm going to use this color, actually, as, like, the color of the lens. I'm just going to add that on that layer. And then I'm just going to color in the lens here. This needs to be all the way up here for now. Or actually, no. Just to, be there. I don't want you to be over there where he's conjuring stuff. Oh my god, so scary. Don't mind me, just, you know. The Ghost Adventures Tiger King crossover. Anyways, yeah, I mean, our girls kind of have weird pasts, and I know that. I think I'm gonna do that, yep. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll just delete that, okay. Oh my god, now I've got all of it colored in. Okay, so this is here. This here is where it can get confusing, alright? This is gonna be like an hour-long video. In which I'm gonna hopefully put in timestamps if I actually can figure out how to do that. I might ask a friend to do it though. Because honestly, I really don't know how. So I think I'm going to start off with this one. So what I do for glasses, if it has lenses like this, I will do a multiply like that. And I actually do this also for the eyes too sometimes, but I don't really do that much anymore. I just want to make sure I get the edges. Oh, shoot. It's not what I wanted to do. Alright, so there's that. Now we do the add, but make sure it's underneath the multiply, because otherwise it won't look so good. But I mean, that's up to you. Since this is a bright color for the add, make sure you actually like smooth it out and things like that. I have a specific number that I put all of my things to, unless if it's on the skin for the add. I'm going to take this back down to 45. And now it looks like that. But I wonder, what would it look like if I... Yeah, no, I like it like that. So, yeah. There's that. So now I'm going to just show you guys how I do the outline and things like that. So I actually turn this on. I think I'm actually going to move this now that I've kind of finished all that. We're going to put it to where I can see all the colors. Right, never mind then. I don't think I'm going to move it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of that completely, and I'm going to get rid of the color completely, and I'm just going to have the thing around. So what I do, and you can just go ahead and do all the outline in the actual color, but this is just fun to me. So what I do is I pick the color that it's actually outlined in, and that doesn't look so different, but shoot, wrong side to do it on. I just like, coloring in that, because it, especially if it has like an odd color that you outline in it's just so much fun. Kind of like the clothes here. I'll show you. Okay. I'm just going to show you how it's so much fun. So you see how it's a black outline right now? And then I go through just like this on this. Oh my gosh. It looks so good. So good. Right on spot. Okay. So again, this is the same color as the last, the hair, where it's a little bit lighter than the hair. Can't quite remember. But I'm just going to go ahead and do the whole outfit like that. The color. Alright. After that, I pick colors that could be possibly different, like this one. This is actually, I think, black. You can actually tell is the blue now that it's next to a black. I could definitely tell a difference. Okay. I think this is also black. Can't quite tell though. Then I think I'll keep the shirt the same outline as the jacket. And there's that. So then this actually has a different color. I think that's the same color as the hat. I'm not quite sure right now. But it just looks so good whenever I just, Okay, so this actually ends up being a dark blue. I think I'm just gonna do that though. And maybe darken it. Let's darken it a little bit more. I'll grab the eye color. What I do with that now is I darken it just enough. That and that. I mean, you know, sometimes you can go wrong with that, but, you know, right now I really can't go wrong with it. So, you know, there's that. And then next we do the skin, which ends up being a color I can actually not see because I forgot to turn back off the color. Okay. So what I do here now, I do that. And then I'm going to grab the color for the lips. Actually, shoot, I forgot my mom's birthday is in a few days. Whoopsies. Okay, and then also, that's a part of that one. So, did I ever color this one? So now, whenever I turn on the color, it just looks better. I don't know. It could be me, but I like it like that. I prefer it like that, more so. Anyways, I cannot combine that all down quite yet, because normally I have that combined down, but I cannot do that quite yet. Add the glasses, and I actually need to take those off sometimes while I'm doing that, because glasses are just a pain in the butt to sometimes take care of while you're shading and things like that. So yeah, I mean, now it's just kind of like, okay, do whatever, you know. I mean, you don't have to do it exactly like me. I mean, and that's what I like about, you know, because there's no specific way to actually do gotcha edits. And I don't know, something about that just makes me feel happier about whenever I do mine. You know, I feel better about having a sort of more so distinct style for my own, but then again, you know, it's not exactly a distinct style, because I'm sure like others have style close to mine. I mean, I don't shade eyes whenever there are big characters like this, things like that. So, I mean, but I'm sure that's just probably me being lazy. So, I mean, I'm not gonna really claim it as my own thing. And I've never really liked editing eyes until I found out I had a true love for them. So, I mean, but that's only if I have a big thing for my, you know, eyes and stuff. If I have a big enough thing, you know. So if I did that, I'm also gonna have to bring up the ooh, I forgot the freckles, but then again, I hate editing freckles. Let me just hacking up over here. And that's my main issue with coloring things in with black, but I think I did pretty well actually this time, so really don't have to fix much. And then after that, I have the skin, and boom, I'll be done. Same outline as the thing. Okay. That's just kind of my fault. Now I can combine, I can actually combine Patty's outline. So now that I've combined Patty's outline, I do that. And then, I guess now it's time for me to take off the glasses. I will do that for now. So how I actually edit. Okay. So first I do a make sure your fade, if it's a special color, make sure it's on your hair, it's clipped to it with this clipping button. I actually turned that off. That's not what I wanted. I want multiply. I turn a layer to multiply, and I actually do my you know, this is my shading. So yeah, I mean, it's not much, you know, can't really do much with shading. I mean, that's, you know, kind of my whole point with my shading. I mean, I don't really do that much for shading, but, you know, for legs, I actually do quite a bit for shading. But that's me, you know. It's me being me and being extra. Which I'll show you how to do that in this video as well. Don't forget, you know, if it's underneath like the front hair or the like that, I do that as well. I do it on the left side, I think. That side of things. But I colored that the wrong color. Great. Now that's just gonna be a pain in the butt to fix. I will show you how I fix that actually. So what I do is I grab that and make sure it's in a small thing so that I don't accidentally color the hair. And that's pretty easy. So yeah. Let's continue doing the hair. So go back to the multiply with that. I mean, you know, there's not much to do for the thing. Sometimes I do that. I mean, it's only because, you know, it's kind of hard to just have a plain block shading. Sometimes, I mean, sometimes I'll do that. Which I think I may do that, and you know, I curve out some edges, things like that. So I mean, you can't really blame me for a lot of my things. But this is my editing style. Again, as I said, you guys don't have to watch any of this video because I mean, it's gonna be over an hour long, you know. Things like that. I mean, it's mainly just me talking though. And probably to my parents if they're actually standing outside my door. Probably sounds like I'm talking to myself. So what I do is after I do that, I actually duplicate the hair fade, which you don't have to do this, but it's just so that I know I actually have a, multiply thing. I actually sometimes add a layer, and I will do that. I will also make it multiply, just because the back hair is, especially since it's already pretty much dark, sometimes you just need another layer to emphasis on the dark, Anyways, that's, the whole reason why I'm doing this right now. That's kind of it for my multiply. I keep it on 100. I unclip it. I combine this down. I clip it back. Then I will take it down to 62. And if I don't think it's dark enough, I will duplicate it. Nope. I will duplicate it. Now it should be darker. Now I do that, and then I do the 62. Could have possibly gone on a 50. So, and then I take the blur, so then it doesn't look all blocky, because I don't exactly like that, but, for some people, it does look nice. And I will admit, it does look nice on certain things, but for my edits, that's not the way I go with my edits, so, yeah, I just kind of blur them out, just so then it doesn't feel so harsh on my end, but, it's up to you if you want to blur it or not. And then after I do the blur, I take off the multiply. I just turn off being able to see it. And then I go through with the add. Now for the add, it all depends on which edit you're looking at. But I actually normally do my light coming from the side that you guys clearly see me drawing my light on. So I do it on the edge of the hair. And then for the rest of it, it's just kind of on that side, to where it's pointing in that direction, Does that make sense? I hope it does. Anyways, so, that's pretty much it for all that. Then I duplicate it again and take that off. See how that looks? Oh, yeah, that looks great. So then I do that. Do the 62. And then I will go through and blur it. And it just looks better to me with a blur, especially with the add, with the highlights and things like that. And sometimes the highlights, do look a bit harsh, and if they're looking too harsh, you can always take down the opacity of the layer. It's not like it matters. This is just how I do mine. And then just turn on your multiply and see how it looks. I think she looks amazing. So now that I have that, I will just force that down, and there's that. So next I will do the multiply on the skin. Skin's definitely the hardest for the for the world. Okay. That's not exactly what I was meaning to say, but it's probably the hardest to do, add on. it's hardest to do the, hang on, yeah. The this, that, and the other thing on, so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the multiply on her. So now I just take it down in opacity. And, skin doesn't really have that dark of a thing. So this is what I mean by the highlights. They come out this bright, and on it. I mean, and it doesn't always come out this bright, but for the majority, they do. Even on Janice, it does. And so, yeah, I mean, again, just make it to the side that has all the light coming to it. I don't do it on the teeth. So if I take it down to, 62, it still looks bright. And that's where my blending comes in. Just, make sure it blends out. But, still, it looks bright. So normally I take it down to 31 because that's half of 62. See, look at me, big brain math. And that's what I do. And there's the skin. Oh, that's 62. Okay. So for the eyes, all I do is what I did with the, I just take it like that, since I actually have the white connected. I mean, it's gonna look all a little odd, but I mean, sometimes it looks nice. Gonna make sure you put the ad on the bottom. And look, it just turns out as a pretty blue, and that's kind of her color. So I really like the sea green on her for her eyes. I don't know. To me, I really like the headcanon of Patton actually have like blonde hair and probably green eyes or blue eyes. But anyways. And I just like gotcha because I can really do anything to my heart's content. As long as it's, okay. As long as it's appropriate, I mean, I'll do it. So, I mean, if you guys want to see any certain edits, maybe I'll do it. But that's if, I'll do it if you get a heart on it. Unless if I take away the heart, then that means either I've lost motivation or I've finished it and it will be posted soon. So I will actually be starting an Instagram for this YouTube channel specifically. Because I actually don't have one specifically for my YouTube. I have a personal one, but only my friends can follow it. Yeah. Probably like, where are your friends? And like, privacy. That's all I can say about it. That's why I'm not gonna give you guys my personal one. Otherwise, you guys will also see some political content in which I'm not really wanting to affiliate political content unless if I absolutely have to make political content. Especially if it's going to directly, hurt me. I mean, or, if it's hurting like the gay community, I will definitely do a video about it, but I'm going to have a warning Hey, this is a political video. Don't watch this if you don't want to know politics kind of thing. So, I mean, it's all up to you. But sometimes I will make, rants and stuff about politics. But I'm going to try not to. Okay, this is definitely going to be a hard one. I don't think I'm going to do the lake shading on her. And I can't do it on the lake. I thought I had that locked. Sorry. Anyways. I normally have the turn locked, especially whenever I'm drawing. So. Hi, doggy. Good morning. Okay. Let me let you out. Let me let you out here. Let me jump back on my bed violently. That sounds weird. Okay. That's not what I wanted you to do. Can you go back? Thank you. So I think you guys kind of get the idea. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave this here, and I will put the finished project at the end of this video. Okay, bye.